entertainment, and social justice at large, leaving our listeners thinking and saying,
TuxRadio.com.
Okay, Rashid, you went all the way in tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, you guys got to know who that is. Those are the sultry sounds of my mentor, the Mr. Kevin Nash. And as you all know, Mr. Kevin Nash is the owner of this proprietorship here at Accelerated Radio. And just because I just like to be extra with it every opening, I'd like to give a very special shout out to my mentor because I respect him and I appreciate him. So thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. And then I'd like to give a very, very, very special shout out to our sponsorship, ladies and gentlemen. I call it, ladies and gentlemen, Lori G, the benefactor. How you doing tonight, gorgeous?
I am doing well tonight.
You look so pretty. I like your glasses.
Thank you. And you look gorgeous.
Oh my God, you know I need to hear something positive. Thank you so much, beautiful. I just want to tell you so much we appreciate you. I love you so very much. This is my sister, and I couldn't do anything pretty much do this without her. So thank you, lovely girl.
Well, thank you. I am happy to be a part of the journey.
Yay! How are you doing tonight, Rashid? This is the best engineer in town.
I'm doing just fine. Just getting ready for the show.
I know, huh? Ladies and gentlemen, the thing about it is we are in the world famous Inglewood. Let me get my ass together. A world famous Inglewood, ladies and gentlemen. There's so much going on here. We're in Iwood. It's a great time. The vibe is hot. The culture's hot. Lord, what are some of the major attributes that you would say here in the lovely city of Inglewood, California?
Well, I think a major attribute is the food they got going on here.
Yeah, of course, us, right?
Definitely. Yes. But they got some good little spots. Some good little spots you can grab some sweet treats or...
What about that vegan place, Eater?
I know. I don't remember the name of it.
You don't remember the name?
Yeah, that's your phone.
The vegan place? Okay.
No, if I go it sounds like there's a car accident going on your phone right now.
Oh, I know. Is it outside? Oh, that's your phone. I was
like, why is my phone doing that? That's crazy.
Like,
I thought it was outdoors.
It's 911. Call 911.
Exactly.
No, that's literally somebody call 911.
Mm-hmm.
Someone please call 911. I be wanting to call 911 sometimes. Things are just going wild. But anyhow, it's Saturday night. Today is, what's today, ladies? October 28th. I get those, October 28th. I have a question for the panel tonight as we just kind of groove and get into the get down. And I'm going to pose the question. I'm going to start with you, Rashid. Start with the king in the house.
Okay.
What is your opinion on Halloween? And why?
Okay, so if you're in a Christian household, you obviously see Halloween as the day of the devil, in which you see all the demons come out because they're all dressed up in costumes, and then they walk among the living. If you want to view it that way,
go back a little bit. The Walking Dead. That's true. I never thought about it like that.
Mm-hmm.
Even when I watched Thriller.
Yes.
Is it wrong to like Thriller?
Nope.
I'll write that down for later.
Right, but then it
Thriller just made it back to the top. It's on my list.
All right.
Just made it back to the top 10 list.
You can't even kill the king when he's dead. Michael is like, propofol me, bitch. Google me, bitch. Propofol me, bitch. You know.
Oh no, I figured out when people are still trying to come after his money long after he's gone.
Stop it. He was a genius, a musical and financial genius, because he just didn't pay people half the time. He was like the mafia.
He didn't pay people?
No, they were trying
to.
Oh my god. No,
sometimes he would not pay people. A lot of times.
It's because people were trying to have these allegations go against him, trying to say, oh, he did that, and it was proven all the years ago that he didn't do any of that.
Do you think he was the Teflon music king? The Teflon music.
What is a Teflon music king?
He just absorbed everything.
Nothing. You couldn't stick.
Nothing sticks to him.
Nothing stuck. The two child part. I don't even bring it up. I ain't gonna even bring it up.
The allegations against him.
I ain't gonna bring the shit up. But both times,
if the glove don't fit, you must be quit.
They had to let him go. I'm just saying. But that second time took him down. Michael went in there with the pajamas on that day, bust down to the ground. Now that we know he was an avid propofol user, I tend to think,
How do you become a propofol user?
you're Michael. You take shit to the abyss. Mike was the bar, right?
Mm.
Mike
Yeah.
was the bar.
Right. And then just
Right now, he's a Thriller again. And Mike is the bar.
he will always be the honest to God king of pop because like he was the R&B. He was pop. Back up my mom.
Michael was married to Elvis Presley's daughter, people.
Yes, he was.
And Elvis
I mean, in
Presley-
this world that we live in, that nowadays, me being an ocular African American, right? I tend to feel that there's a lot of racial tension that I feel, I receive, I've heard, I've been discriminated against. Shit. So my saying is that in this world that we live, this is this little black boy out of Gary, Indiana, marrying Lisa Marie Presley. I just thought I'd put that out there. I know people don't give a shit.
Lisa
But
Marie
at the end
Presley
of the
and
day,
having kids.
and more, that's what I'm saying. And Madonna and shit. You know what I'm saying? I know she was banging Tupac too, but it is what it is. Mike was
He
Mike
was with Madonna?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know he was with Madonna.
Yes, Tupac wasn't the Madonna.
You mean
was
Tupac
also-
or Mike?
Mike.
Yeah.
Michael Jackson?
Yeah, remember back in the days, Jay?
For a little bit.
He was dating Brooke. Him
I
and
know he
Brooke.
was dating Brooke Shields.
Brooke fucking Shields. She was
They
the
claimed that
America's little
song
baby sweetheart.
Where he
too.
cries, that was about Brooke
That's what they
Shields.
exactly. You
Mhm.
everybody was caught up. You had me caught up.
I was caught up.
You would read the back of the fucking album, Rasheed. You go
Mhm.
downtown Compton and you go to remember that bit? What's the VIP? We had a VIP,
VIP Records.
on Compton Boulevard too. And you get your little albums and stuff. You come on Saturday, have a Capono set. You go in the room and you're just
Mhm.
like jamming. Lori and I, when you get to the back of the album, big ass square sheet, and you turn it over, or sometimes you pull the insert out, depending on how it was packaged,
Mhm.
and then all the lyrics would be there. And the writers and composers and producers and all that stuff. But just me being this little kid in Compton is like, oh my God, you just singing along to the words and just having a good old funky good time with the king of pop. It will never go away. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
I don't think it'll ever go away. It's iconic type of moment.
So is it okay to have your kids walking down the street looking like The Walking Dead?
Well,
I mean, I don't personally have a problem with it personally because it's just like the kids are going to be kids because the way that they see Halloween, they see it as a time for me to go trick or treat,
And get candy.
and get free candy. Now the main
But
thing
what about that candy? Is it tainted nowadays, guys?
Could be.
that's the
Definitely.
main thing
Warning.
that like as a parent like you have to be careful of because like you have these sick motherfuckers
Pretty
who-
much.
who will out here and put razor blades and like all these like dangerous objects in their candy for God knows what reason against all these kids where it's just like come on now
It makes no sense.
like so I can say like there are good and there are bad parts of Halloween but I think like if you do not trust your neighbors at all
Mm.
which there are some neighbors I definitely do not trust I would not trick or treat around them. But then again, it's very dangerous to try to go to other neighborhoods and expect that in those neighborhoods that those values are going to be kept. That the kids will be able to trick or treat safely and soundly without no fear of harm coming to them, without me having to check every candy that is in that bag.
Yeah, I think you have to check every
Or do you don't
candy.
even give it and you just go do the experience? Or do you give the candy to the kids?
I mean, like, as an adult, we have parties, we have clubs,
Mm-hmm.
but at the same time, just like with any club, people can get turned up way too much. Drinks can get laced. Like,
Right.
things can happen, so especially at Halloween parties, especially when you're wearing a costume. You're not looking like your usual self. So sometimes people think they can get basically they can get away with murder.
True that.
I do think that you need to check your kids' candy if they're just going like, random places.
Oh, definitely. But like even in neighborhoods that like you quote unquote know, because somebody could just be having a bad year.
Yeah, but I don't even think it's like just neighborhoods. My kids would go to people I know. like trick or treat at those
at the
houses.
church and stuff. But that
Yeah.
is, it's so hard nowadays, guys. I don't know.
It is.
What are you thinking?
Well, I'm thinking, I think with our kids, we always did a harvest festival sponsored by our church. I think they would go to a couple of houses just for the experience of ringing the doorbell
Right.
and saying trick or treat. But I don't think they ate those candies. I mean, Papa always had hordes of
Yeah.
candy for them
hordes.
that they were able. So we just kind of discarded those, little
I know,
ones they
and then
got.
there are sometimes back on where like the people that are trying to give out treats be giving out like freaking chocolate raisins or freaking like fruits. It's like,
Mhm.
well, if you don't get that out of my face, we're gonna egg your house. We're literally going to egg and TP your house.
Like, what
That's
is
true.
happening?
An egg
Giving out
combined with
granola
TP,
bars.
that is hard to come out.
I know, right?
I mean, that's like a big
That's a big deal.
issue, a big deal with my grandchildren. I think my daughter's perspective of Halloween is different this year.
What is it? Who, the baby? Gabriel?
Taylor.
Well,
Mhm.
she's feeling like more like
She's feeling more like Rashid, like these things are walking dead. I've never thought of Halloween that way. So I don't know. I bought Halloween candy just in case I'm to give that out to the little kiddos on the streets.
Hmm.
But I don't know. I don't see it as like The Walking Dead. But I have
But
to
now that you
say,
think about it-
now when you think about it, yeah.
because it's ghouls
It's
and
ghouls
goblins
and goblins and stuff. But when I give out my
Ghouls,
Halloween
goblins,
candy,
sexy angels, sexy demons. It's like girls just
Skankish.
finding any reason to just dress all slut out.
so are we glorifying it when we participate in Halloween and
That
trick or
really
treating?
depends.
I'm wondering. I'm feeling
Charlie Brown trick or treated. That's
He
my
got a
favorite
rock.
movie. He kept getting a rock.
But that's for what did he get the wrong? Christmas? What did
No,
he get the wrong?
Halloween.
No, in
Oh.
fact, he kept getting a rock for Halloween.
Halloween.
Because like that was the Halloween episode in which I think like one of his
Because
I
friends
got a rock.
was in a ghost costume.
Yes, there's a
I
ghost.
for-
There's a witch.
Yeah, in fact, there's a witch costume which I think that was the sister or
No, Lucy's the witch.
Okay, yeah, Lucy's the witch, and then I think
The sister didn't go because she sat in the pumpkin patch with
Right.
Linus,
Mhm.
waiting for the great pumpkin.
right.
As you can see, I watch this on a loop on Halloween.
You watch it all the time.
I just love it. I grew up with
She
the
did.
Peanuts. They're my fave.
She loves
Then
it.
what was Charlie's costume? Was it
He was a ghost, but he had trouble with the scissors. So his
Uh,
eyes were all over. He
right.
had like holes all over, not just right here.
Yeah, in fact, it was a ghost that got shot up.
Yep, he looked like a ghost that got
Shot up by the Ghostbusters.
absolutely.
Ghostbusters! Who you gonna call? Do this. She should get
But
on
when
my
I give
fucking
out my
ass.
candy, I was gonna say this. I stopped giving candy at like 8:30.
Why?
I start at 6 because the crazy people, like I've seen some like
Some adults.
18-year-olds
Some adults. become
20-year-olds
out here just like, hey, yo,
trick or treating, and I'm like, no, it's too gory, and I think they do look like the
Yep.
living dead. Their costumes aren't cute and like the babies,
Winnie-
like they're not
Winnie the
bumblebees
Pooh.
and Winnie the Pooh
I mean, but it's just
and
like-
marshmallows.
and little Spider-Mans. They are like Jason from Friday the 13th, and what was the one, the Nightmare on Freddy Krueger?
Yeah.
They're like scary
Okay, I
things.
met these.
I mean, like,
Two-
I dressed up as Slender Man one year.
Whose hell's that?
He's
Okay.
the spooky man that made those girls kill each other. Or commit a murder.
Okay, tell me about it.
Hold
She's
on.
still
This
still
sounds-
in jail.
This sounds gross. I mean, like really good and gore.
Okay,
Let's
so
talk about it.
so like if you want to know about Slender Man, they actually had a movie about Slender Man back in 2018. Very just bad movie. I mean,
so wrong.
really bad.
this bad.
So if you think of Slender Man, you think of if you
Like the Invisible Man, something like that.
no,
when we were
like
kids.
he's a literal like
But I
movie.
think that's not real. It was like a made up thing,
Mhm.
right? Like a myth, an urban legend,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah. I think of it like the urban legend of like La Llorona, where like
I am so
Or like,
She
what was
was
it,
like
the boogeyman or something?
yeah, like
Pookie. I'm with the kids. I'm Pookie.
yeah, because like he was a like tall, slender man that would basically take over you and
And-
force you to like do these crimes once you actually see
You
him.
have to do a crime?
Well, that's usually what happens.
Really?
Either you,
Is that those like Saw?
Oh,
They like put you in a room and make you do fucked up shit to get out?
No.
That's what I've never watched. It's spook. I can't.
I don't
do
watch
it.
horror
Spooky.
stuff. I don't do
Spooky.
spooky.
All right, so if I can remember, let me actually look at the actual background of Slender Man.
The Slender Man. I'm not writing that down in my book.
Not in my book.
And no,
All right, so,
like the Amityville.
No.
all right,
Why
so
are we even talking about this stuff? I'm like
I
the
have
people.
no idea. You started with the Halloween and the Walking Dead.
I just ask, is it okay to have?
right, so basically,
Oh, Rashid, no. The images. No.
That is-
I'm out.
that is Slender Man. In fact, he was
I'm
always
out.
depicted as a thin, unnaturally tall humanoid with a
Humanoid.
Mm-hmm.
with a featureless white head and face, wearing a black suit.
Like powder.
No, like as in like he's wearing a ski mask, but it's not a ski mask. It's actually okay.
What's
Think
that?
of it like those mannequin dolls that are blank face, white.
Yeah.
that.
Okay.
So
Lori
Slender
ain't
Man.
feeling none of this.
I'm not participating.
So basically, like a lot of his stories back up revolve around him stalking, abducting, and traumatizing people, particularly children. The Slender Man became
Gotta fuck with the kids.
a pop culture icon, though he is not confined to a single narrative, but appears in many disparate works of fiction typically composed online. Fiction relating to the Slender Man encompasses in many media, including literature, art, and video series such as Marble Hornets, where he is known as the Operator. The character has appeared in the video game Slender the Eight Pages and successor Slender the Arrival, as well as inspiring the Enderman in Minecraft. He has also appeared in 2015 film adaptation of Marble Hornets, where he was portrayed by Doug Jones, and in Pioneer's 2018 film, where he was portrayed by Javier Botet. Beginning in 2014, the moral panic occurred over the Slender Man as the readers of his fiction were connected to several violent acts, particularly a near fatal stabbing of a 12-year-old girl
Right.
in Waukesha, Wisconsin.
Mm-hmm.
The stabbing inspired the documentary Beware the Slender Man, which was released in 2016.
I don't like it.
Like a baby. He said I don't like it. I don't like
Well,
it.
I'm just gonna give my Halloween candy from 6 to 8:30
Okay.
when the babies are out.
When the babies are out, you be like, I
The
think you
little
can give out candy. I'm gonna
bumblebees
give out
and-
candy
I
to the
mean,
baby.
like, what if their brother, who is a freaking teenager, an 18-year-old, is with them, chaperoning, and like he's also asking for candy. Are you gonna give him candy as well, or is this?
What are you gonna do? I think we have to give him the candy.
Yeah, I mean, I would give him candy, but the ones that I see are horrible, and they don't have small children. Because if the small children were with them, they'd be petrified.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like the people that come by in my neighborhood,
We don't
the
know
older
what these
kids,
see on a
they
regular
look
basis.
like Universal Studios kind of people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like that
They've
shit
really
on
got the makeup
Hurricane,
on
yeah,
and
like
all
on-
of that stuff.
like
The
the
level
premier
of
people.
authenticity is quite convincing.
But
And
I
I'm
think,
very scary, so.
but I guess that's. I don't know, guys. Is that it? Is that the whole point of the get down for the get down?
I mean, yeah.
I mean, I guess it's a part of the adventure. Like, do you guys go to those spooky haunted houses?
I have at one point. I think I went to not a haunted house, but like a haunted maze. I've done that. I've done the Universal Studios terror.
Terror nights?
Horror nights. I've done those. Haven't really been back over there since COVID.
You wasn't spooked out. But maybe that's it. Maybe haunted house. Disneyland has a haunted house, y'all.
But
Yeah.
it's not. It's like a friendly haunted house.
Right.
It's still bookie.
I mean,
And then when you
like-
walk out, that little green man on your head. What
I
the
mean,
fuck
like
say that when
the
you a little
Haunted
kid? I
Mansion
see that
ride,
shit.
like,
I'm just saying, yes. I know what you're saying. I'm just being silly.
But no, the
Real
Haunted Mansion
But
ride
this Universal
is a lot
Studio
more
stuff is
tame.
way too much.
This is like a for real movie, like Saw,
It's like
Scream.
you
You
were-
know what I'm saying?
That's why they have you sign an agreement.
A what?
And
So
like,
you gotta sign some stuff? So you, no, it's like going to one of the panic rooms.
like
and
you
shit?
won't hit
Fuck
somebody
that.
or if
Right.
Heck
you
that.
get hit, you'll what?
Don't sue.
oh no, back when the people that work in the park, they can scare you, but they can't actually physically, like touch you or anything like that.
Mhm.
It's only at those specific like haunted mansions where they tell you up front, these guys, it is intense. They will do things to you. They will get physical with you.
Right, but they could get killed.
They could.
They could get killed.
really could.
I wouldn't work that job because you don't know what a person's reaction is going to be, even if you don't touch me. Right?
Right, but it's like at Universal, you're not going to be able to bring weapons in the first place. You can't.
No place are you supposed to bring weapons,
I know, right?
but they
Oh.
somehow manage to get through, don't they?
In Universal, I find that really hard to believe that someone is actually going to sneak a weapon in there.
Right, but you don't have to have a weapon. Somebody could hit you like in the mouth or in the head. You know, like that guy who was at the baseball game.
Okay.
And he was rooting for the opposite team, and these folks jumped on him.
Oh, I mean,
And he is recuperating. He's gone through several surgeries and has lost his life in terms of how he knew it before.
okay.
And it was just a physical beating that he suffered.
Now that is a way different experience because it's a horrible act, but you're comparing what happens at a sporting event, which happens a lot more than people think. Like there's been a lot of physical altercations that happen at these sporting events compared to what really happens at these like Halloween Horror Nights, especially at a Universal.
Mhm.
They don't play. In fact, because like one, they have security like almost everywhere,
Mm-hmm.
along with the people that are trained. Because like honestly, if people that are trained to actually scare the shit out of you
It's crazy.
can actually stop,
Scare the shit out of you.
can actually stop and see like wait a minute, hold on, something is wrong here. Let me get somebody so that we can get you to the side so that we can calm you down or possibly take you to the paramedics.
Do you hear this? To the paramedics.
in case you
Rashid.
have a panic attack?
But then why
Because
would you go?
they also have that little agreement in there where it's just like these things can happen. But at a sporting event, I don't ever having to sign a contract. That's mostly because like they sell beer, they sell alcohol at these locations,
Right.
at these sporting events,
That's true.
and a lot of these fights happen because of alcohol, and people are mouthing off.
Right.
Now, no one is saying that a lot of these actions are deserved. No one is saying that.
Mhm.
Because at the end of the day, what you did was flat out wrong, and you should be in prison
Wow. Just
Or-
straight
Right.
to the penitentiary.
You should.
for what you did. Because you literally physically assaulted a guy to the point where his life is literally altered because of
Of
what
this interaction.
because of what transpired.
Mhm.
That will never be excused. It's just the fact that when you're at a sporting event, it's sad to say that like nowadays people have to be careful on one, where they're sitting, the fans that are surrounding them, and whether or not that person is under the influence of alcohol or not and is talking too much shit.
I agree. I was recently at the what is it? The ACLS baseball playoffs
Mhm.
with the Texans and the Astros.
Oh.
And I was
Oh, the Rangers.
the Rangers, yeah, the Texas Rangers.
Okay.
I was cheering for the Astros, but we were in a Rangers territory. And so I think you do have to be mindful.
Yeah, back on my mom. Because
It was one lady who wasn't mindful, and she was constantly in a verbal confrontation back and forth
that
with
will
a couple
always
of other
happen,
fans.
and it's just like as long as it stays verbal, we're fine. But as soon as it starts to get physical, that's when things can start to get out of hand.
Get a little rough.
And like
It could get rough.
a lot of times, the security doesn't get there in time to actually prevent that from happening.
Yeah, major incidents from happening. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So what's the consensus for Halloween? Are you trick-or-treating, Rashid, or are you staying
Are
in?
you and Mr. Thin Man going anywhere?
I haven't worn that ski mask since college. So, no. Since Halloween now falls on a Tuesday, I will be at home.
With homie womie.
I will be at home relaxing on Hallows Eve.
I'm gonna get something good that night. I think I'm gonna get something good. I don't know what. I'm not gonna go out though. I should, but I'm not.
Are you going to give away candies?
No.
No.
Is it you get something good from your husband?
No, like to eat, like
Okay.
DoorDash or something like that.
DoorDash.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I'm just gonna probably watch a movie. I'm not gonna watch anything scary. I don't like scary. I'll do suspense thriller. But when it comes to
I'm
like,
not watching
the
anything
S-
scary.
like this,
No.
no, powerful.
I mean,
stuff
like
that.
I'm already caught up with.
What
The
about
Walking
Carrie?
Dead.
Would you watch Carrie again?
No.
Like right now, would you watch Carrie? The
I
original
would.
one with Sissy. What's her name?
Sissy Spacek.
I keep
Oh,
thinking
Carrie.
Sissy. I think it's Tyson. I'm like,
Oh,
no.
yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about?
I mean, like, yeah, I know you're talking about.
I don't think
Right?
I hate
That's-
the end. I hate the end. I
end.
hate the
Yeah.
why though. But why do we hate the end? Because it traumatized you the first time you saw the film and you didn't know it was coming. Just when you thought you could let your guard down, they fucking come and scare the shit out of you, Rashid. And I was a little kid, probably shouldn't have been watching it anyway, hanging out with my big sister, the benefactor, and shit, trying to look. What hell I say? Stop it with the big dog.
With the big
I
dog.
needed to be on the porch, but now that shit.
No,
I was like, what the fuck?
I used to be a big horror fan.
You really did.
I was a big
Let's see.
Stephen King
All day.
was like my favorite author.
Go to.
Mhm.
Let me
It
actually.
is, but I
I'm,
pulled away
Oh,
from
see, there
that.
you go. Why
There
you
you go.
going
Why are you pulling that stuff
Oh my
up?
God. Look at
Horrible.
Look at Rashid.
I wasn't old enough.
No.
Remember?
Mm-mm.
Oh.
I'm not watching.
You gonna watch it? Are you
Nope.
gonna watch it? I'm
Nope.
gonna watch it.
And the hand comes up.
No.
I mean, like, when she was a girl with powers, where literally it
She
took-
is telekinesis real? Telekinesis.
I don't know.
Shut.
I wouldn't
She-
think so. Like my mom.
I'm not writing that down in my book either.
Like, I wouldn't
Nope.
say that telekinesis is real, but it's just the fact
Let's
of
look it up. I don't
like where literally like she got bullied to the point where they dumped paint on her.
It was pig's
App.
blood.
Right,
Pig's
that was
blood.
so
I'm sorry.
cold. Then why they just wrong? Who does that?
We did
I
a
feel so
a musical,
They
Carrie the
don't-
musical.
Pig's blood on her. Freaking at prom.
That one that dog out. I mean, you talking about mean? That's mean. That's Mean Girls before Mean Girls.
And she literally
Plug
flipped
it
out.
up. What they did to her at the gym? Remember the gym?
Mm-hmm.
They did her dirty. They did her so dirty. Her
But
mama,
her
mama
mother,
was on
her
some
mother
other
was
shit.
on some
See,
other
that's
stuff.
the one I'm talking about. They'd be tripping me out. Her mother. Her
Right,
mother.
because the mother wasn't exactly a actual supportive role model for her because
She had mental health issues.
Yeah.
right.
She really did.
She
Right, and
really
then
did.
this, and it's just like she's not exactly dead. She basically come.
Is this too much? She?
I don't know.
My she look, it's gonna come on.
I don't know.
Look,
Back on my mom.
yeah.
Nope, I'm not looking.
Oh no, that's not too much, honestly. Back on my mom.
What is it?
That's Beetlejuice.
That's Beetlejuice. No, I could do them if they came to my door.
Yeah. Back on he seems just very calm. But honestly, back on it's the fact that like she basically took out the people that basically bullied her for her high school life. Which
You know what? Because they had been being so mean.
which
Like
like
they had, yes,
She had to go home. She had to put that. She made her own dress,
she did.
and her mom gave her the blues. And
Yeah, that's why she put her in
trying
the
to get me to watch
closet.
that.
and this
And
was
she had the
this was her
heart.
best friend. This was her best
They
friend.
befriended her out.
No, they
of
befriended her
false
out of malice.
Yep.
They had planned all along.
No,
they were
but-
going to do that to her.
Her-
But then I
yeah.
think one of them got soft feelings at the end.
Tommy.
Tommy, right? And
Right.
he didn't want to go through with it.
Right, but then like she always had that actual girl best friend that that was her actual best friend throughout the entire thing, and now she's still having PTSD from her going to where she's quote unquote buried from when she basically destroyed everything, went back to the house, set everything on fire.
Was I think it was her anger. Her mom was tripping.
Mm.
She was like, her mother was tripping and shit stuff, and then
I
mean, you know what I
will
think her
not be
mom-
watching Carrie on Halloween.
no,
No.
I don't. I
They even did the
didn't like the part that they did with the mom and the knives. When just Carrie had quite enough. Her
She had
mom
quite
had
enough.
just
Didn't
gone
she, like, pin her
too
to the
effing far.
thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You remember that?
That's too far. I mean, I think these people were
This is the Halloween edition.
deserving.
Apparently,
They were deserving of
retribution.
retribution.
Is that revenge? What is that? Is that okay? Is that allowable? And then
I think she snapped. I think she snapped.
It's literally
When she sets the gym on fire, she's
She's
snapped. She's gone.
right because it's
But
just
the pig blood, that was enough. What was John Travolta thinking?
right because
It was supposed
like,
to be funny.
right, but it's just like there are some times
Christina,
where
I'm
like
like that
as
shit,
a teenager you take your pranks way too far, and this was literally her tipping point, and now she got a body count.
She does. She locked them all in there and set it on fire.
I be wishing I had telekinesis. I swear for God.
Do you really wish you had telekinesis? What would be the
Hell
first
yeah.
act you would do if you had
Ooh,
telekinesis?
okay, let's everybody go around the table and answer. Everybody, I guess I. Oh, let's think about it. Yo, we need a tick tock tick. Okay. Okay. I got telekinesis. That's to get down. And so, one of the first special
I would definitely want super speed.
What would you
You
do?
would want what? Super speed to run.
Okay, I thought you was like you was gonna buy some super speed and you was gonna start selling speed. I was
Gonna
like,
slang
Rashid,
speed. You
finna start a new family business.
No.
If I had
just do
superpowers, I would just remember that movie Groundhog Day. I would just keep rewinding to the weekend. It would just always be.
Yeah, the weekend
It would, it would never hit Monday morning. We would always be Friday
Oh.
afternoon.
making the dough. I don't know, guys. That's a crazy thought. I don't know. I don't know because it could be a problem.
It could be.
I would just be like, look here, check this out, player. Don't cross me. I'm telling you now. Whatever you do, don't cross me because I got telecade. And if you keep it up,
You keep it up. Some bad things. I'm not going to be held liable for the things
with the
that can happen.
telecade, exactly.
So, talking about Carrie, what